My name is Thomas Nguyen. I'm a junior and I'm running for social chair for KU VSA. I'm running for this position and hopes of bringing new and fun activities to a VSA. I've never held this position within or outside of it. However, while I personally may not have the experience being in this sort of position, I know people that have, and I plan to learn from their experience and expertise to make the events in KU VSA the best they can be. For the upcoming year, I plan to bring more excitement and diversity to VSA by bringing new activities and contacting organizations we never contacted before. So far, what I plan in my club activities next semester, as well as other extracurricular activities, is ASU, Asian American Student Union, and TNTT, Tini Tangte. And with these two organizations, the workload is very low intensity and it's really low commitment in terms, at least in ASU. So I see these as being no problems at all.
Okay, so first question, are there any other organization that you think VSA should collaborate with that we have not collaborated with before? Just a side note, we have collaborated with AASU, ISS, KSU, and SASA.
So from my experience so far in VSA, I've noticed that we usually have organization collabs with other organizations that are more Asian focused. I think it'd be beneficial if we started to kind of branch out to other types of organizations as well. I think it could really benefit from perhaps, let's say, like sports organizations, so we can have new types of activities as well as different types of ethnicities. For example, like Black Student Union. I think with these two ideas in mind, I think it'd be really nice. So we could have new types of members as well as new types of activities.
Okay. What do you think are the downsides to a collaboration and how can we overcome those downsides, if any?
So I think the two downsides of collaborations is first, it's just like less control. For example, if we have our own event, there's only going to be us, the VSA board, that are going to be control, and we know everything's going to happen from top to bottom. However, with a collab, there's going to be like more of a risk, and there's like less control because we have to depend on another organization as well. I think the second problem is like, for example, if we have an event, and then there's going to be like two groups of people from the general members that perhaps maybe never met before, and it might be a little bit hard for them to mesh together and have fun. It might create an awkward atmosphere. To address the first problem, I think the first thing we could do is compromise. For example, if there's a conflict of like times or activities that we want to do, sometimes we can like sacrifice one thing and to gain another thing. I hope with enough trust, we'll just have to build trust with them, and then at the end of the day, I hope that would conclude to the best possible result in terms of events. As for the second problem, I hope to have means to push people together. For example, icebreakers, or have activities where there's team bonding, and then it's gonna bring the two groups together.
Okay. Do you think it is better to have food events or social events without food?
Personally, I think they're both equal. I think they both have their benefits and perhaps their downsides. I think for food events, they can have a benefit because they can help bring in extra money for VSA, while perhaps an activities event will not. However, an activities event might be a better choice when they kind of try to bring in new members. I think personally, ideally in a semester, there's going to be an equal balance of both of them. For example, I know a girl who's allergic to literally everything. So if we had only food events, she would never come just for health reasons. And for example, if there's going to be a person who has like a disability or perhaps have a hard time moving around or just having like general physical activities, it'd be unfair to them if we only have like activities throughout the whole semester. I think we should have an equal balance of both.
Okay. How do you plan to incorporate more volunteer work into our organization?
Honestly, I don't really think it's going to be a difficult process. I'll just reach out to organizations within Lawrence, and I'm also planning to reach out to organizations in Kansas City as well. I'll just call them up and ask them for general information and then ask if they have any available time slots of it. And then that's really about it. We'll just put ourselves in if they have something available.
Okay.